Did that snap or is that just a short bolt?
All right, so I think we ran into a little bit of a problem, and I don't think I'm crazy. Behind me is my E36 M3, and it has two problems that I gotta take care of. Actually, that's a lie. It has a lot of problems. It's an old car, but that's a good thing. That means more content for you guys, but there's two in particular that I wanna take care of now. You could probably already spot one of them, but we'll get to that one in a second. The first one is the ride height. The back doesn't look too bad. It's a convertible. It's a bit heavier back there, but we're pretty close to monster truck status here. I got something to take care of that. Now, the other problem is the mismatch on the color of these wheels. Look how bad that is. And you're probably thinking, what's the big deal? Just go get that wheel redone. That's the logical thing to do. Now, you see, I could have done that, but I got something even better. I figured while I'm lowering the car, why don't I also get new wheels? That's right, I'm going to be putting what I think is BMW's best wheel on my E36. And to lower it, I got a set of ECS coilovers. So that's enough yapping. Let's get this thing on the rack and throw those suckers on. All right, it's go time. I already got the wheels off of the car. I need to steal my spacers for my M2. And as I mentioned before, I'm going to be using the ECS coilover system. These are three-way adjustable, so I can adjust the camber up top there. You can adjust the rebound in the middle here with this dial, and then of course, height. Now, I've actually never installed coilovers before, but how hard could it be? My memory serves me right. You've got to undo the nut on the sway bolt. I think there's two on the back of the hub here, one in the knuckle, and then of course you got three up top. So these have no lip on them. Back ones have a pretty sizable one. Previous owner must have cut costs. Now this is a California car, so it's pretty clean underneath, but it is old. So let's start with this. Why is this little electrical box kicking my ass? 20-something-year-old plastic, boys. All right, sway bar end link done. Had two to go back to the hub. All right, tried the power tools. Those weren't working, but we got some movement with the hand tools. So, just gonna crank it out. Fingers crossed on this one. Woo! Did that snap or is that just a short bolt? Oh boy! Oh no, it's just a short bolt. A little stubby guy. They weren't messing around with the Loctite on that. Whole video is just you guys listening to me breathe heavy and curse. Oh. Bingo. If I have a hot tip for you guys, it's always put your nuts right back on the part so you don't lose them later. That's my apprentice, Zach. He doesn't want to be in the video, but he can't really stop me from putting that in there. Aren't you having fun, Zachary? Could you grab me another brewski? Thank you. This 18 feels loose. 17 won't go on there. All right, got all the bolts out down here. Just gonna do the ones up top, and we should be pulling this thing. Yeah. Do I look dorky in these? 13? It's as high as my tripod goes, so that's the view you're getting. Zach, you look so creepy over there. You can be in the shot. I want you in the shot. So it shouldn't be connected to what you have, but just an FYI. If it is, I screwed something up. There we go. Look what I got. All right, I got a meet I gotta go to tomorrow, and I wanna throw my spacers on my M2 before I do that. So I'm gonna do that and pick this up tomorrow. All right, it is the next day, about to pop this right front corner off next. You're going to set your preload on your coilovers before you put them on the car. So what you're going to want to look for, there's going to be 3 locking collars here. This top one right here, you want to hand tighten it until it is up against your spring. Okay, that's about as tight as I can go with the hand. Now next, what you're going to do is take this second collar and you're going to butt that up against there, and this is going to be your point of reference. And then what you're going to do is take the first collar up and tighten it about 6 mil from there. And if you have digital calipers, that's a huge help. And hold the second collar so it doesn't move up with it. And then from there, you're just going to tighten this second collar up against the other one. Okay, I got the preload all dialed in. Let's throw these suckers in. All right, so I think we ran into a little bit of a problem, and I don't think I'm crazy. So these are clearly the same side. All right, we got our hub mounts right here, same place. Knuckle mount right there, same place. Sway bar end link, same place. The fin for the sensors, same place. All right, so I just got it mocked up for now. But let me put this back over so you have a reference point. But look at my camber adjustment. That is way off. Pointed like this way. Because I pulled it out, rotated it. I rotated it so the camber would be true to the side of the car, and then the holes lined up. Skipping forward a little bit, I have everything on the car, front and rear. I talked to customer service about this whole situation here, and they said that's the way it was designed, and they really didn't give much of an explanation. My guess would be camber and caster. If you guys are familiar with this type of coilover on an E36, is that what it's for? I also ended up having a bit of an issue with the sway bars that they assured me would fit and bolt right up. They were way too big, so I'll have to grab some adjustable ones. But like I said, I got the rears in, cleaned up the hubs since they were pretty crusty. I just need to torque these to spec.
You can't really see it, but I did put the reinforcement plates in here.
I also noticed when I was recording that I was missing this, so I grabbed that. So these bolts that I have out are for when I'm running spacers, but I can't find my spacers. I might have to switch back. Also just got these wheels back. Some of the clear coat was peeling when I got them redone, so the shop redid them for me. All right, I couldn't find my spacers, but I found the original hardware, so I'll throw that on for now. I mean, I'll need to take the wheels off to adjust the ride height anyway. So I actually ran out of lugs, so I don't know if these are the right lugs. And also, I forgot without my spacers, my floating center caps don't fit anymore. And what did I find when I was looking for those bolts? Much better. Now, unfortunately, I had to put the soccer balls back on. I don't think you'll get to see the throwing stars this video. The shop that I wanted to refinish my wheels just ignored me. It's like they don't want my money or something. All right, time to get all this shit out of the way, get the car on the ground, see what the ride height is like. Right now, it's looking like the front is gonna be much lower than the back. All right, quick little test drive around the block. Give things a chance to settle in a little bit and make sure I didn't mess anything up. Then we can look at the height. God, I miss this car. This is such a good summer car. Everything feels good. I still don't have the end links on there. I still got to grab those and put those on. All right, let's look at this fitment. I think I need to lower it quite a bit. Yeah, that looks about the same as stock. A little bit lower in the front. Can only fit 2 fingers now. Actually, this side looks pretty damn good. This side too, I'm actually tucking a bit, but definitely need to get lower in the front. About a 2-finger gap here. So I'll lower the front and I think that'll look pretty dialed. All right, I got the car up on the rack again. Got a couple things that I want to finish up. One was the routing of the lines and the other is ride height. So right now I have the lines going this way. They're actually supposed to go around the coilover.
So unfortunately this part did not stay attached to the plug, so I'm gonna have to take care of that.
All right, one side adjusted. All right, all done adjusting the ride height in the front and rerouting those lines. Went around to the back corner, made sure all the collars were torqued down. So I'll put this thing down, torque the wheels, clean up. Let's go check out the fitment. So here we have it, V1 of the fitment. I'd say I'm pretty happy with this. I still want to make a couple adjustments though. I also feel like the window up look ruins the lines of the convertible, but that window stopped working, so that's about my only option. Really happy with how the front is sitting. And I think I'm actually gonna raise the rear a little bit. I know a lot of the E36 guys do a little bit of tuck behind the quarter, but I don't like that look. Kind of looks like a squatted truck in my opinion. Now these aren't the final wheels for it, so I don't think I'm gonna go too crazy adjusting it with these wheels on it. I think once I get the throwing stars, I'll dial it in. But a few small things that I already noticed that I'm gonna take a look into is this wheel sits a little off center in there. And I don't know if that's normal. And then from side to side, I noticed this side has more negative camber than this side. I did take a look at the adjustments that I have up top and they were in different spots. So I'll adjust those. And this is my spare, so it has a different tire than the rest of them, so it's also tough judging this side versus that side when it has a different sidewall. So still some adjustments to make, but I am stoked to no longer be on monster truck fitment. And I'm sorry that we couldn't get the throwing stars on the car in this video. I want to see them on there just as bad as you. The place that I was working with is actually closed today, so I'll have to give them a call on Monday. If you have any suggestions for what to do on my throwing stars in terms of the finish, let me know. Should I do chrome? I'm definitely doing a polished lip on them. Still don't know what I'm gonna do with the star exactly yet. I finally got around to putting a shift boot in here. You guys were looking at the naked rod earlier in this video. Oh, and one other thing that I forgot to mention, still got to get new sway bar end links because the factory ones didn't fit, even though they said they would. But as always, thank you guys for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button. Helps out the channel a ton. And if you want to see the throwing stars on my M2, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that.